Hey, what's going on today? I want to talk about relationship marketing examples, how relationships and using them to market and to win, to succeed. Before I begin, down below there's a link in the description. And if you click on it, there's actually training on what I believe to be the most important part of online marketing, and that is on how to convert. Yeah, that's important. Okay. Now, one of the people I'm a big fan of when it comes to social media is this guy Gary Vee. You might have heard of him. I'm Miller reading his first book called The Thank You Economy, and he makes a very interesting case about social media. That if somebody has a bad experience, well, before social media, they could tell a few people, right? They could do a little bit of damage. Now with social media, it's basically word of mouth on steroids. They can tell a shitload of people, and if more people get together, well, that's a whole lot more damage that could be done. That's the negative part of social media. Uh, One relationship marketing example would be my mom's boyfriend, who just never drinks Coke anymore because it's something they did. I think they changed the formula. And Warren Buffett, very successful investor, businessman. He tells another experience too, where he tried to open up a store and the relationship was already established with another store and he could not compete. He just couldn't do it. They were very loyal. Now, I'm thinking right now of another thing which is bad. Uh, that is the sex allegations, right? Very powerful people in media, traditional media, were brought down because of a couple of women who said, "Oh well, he made strong advances towards me," and bam, just like that, their career was over. Not sure if it's true, not sure if it's not, but it can be very powerful. This is another reason why, when it comes to social media, I really try not to talk too bad about anybody. I'm human, though. I make mistakes, and people say, obviously, talk bad about me too, whatever. Uh, Now, on the flip side, there can be a lot of good that can happen with social media, too, because it's also word of mouth on steroids. Think about that. Gary Vee tells a story that's very interesting. Someone purchased $100 worth of wine from him. So he followed him on Twitter and found out that he's a big, uh, I forget the guy's name, but he's a football player's name. And he buys him a jersey that's signed, and he just gives it to the guy. And within 4 weeks, nothing happened. He's like, well, shit, I lost a lot of money there, right? And then he gets another order, which is way bigger. It's in the thousands of dollars from Texas. And the guy writes in the comments, oh, by the way, you sent my buddy here a jersey. I'm a big Bruce Springsteen's fan, by the way. So what happened was he sent him a jersey, and because of social media, everybody wants to talk about everything, right? So he ran his mouth and talked to his buddy in Texas, and I got this, jersey. If you buy wine from this guy, go buy wine. Maybe he'll give you some free stuff too. Bam. And it worked. He got huge return on investment. Probably the best marketing money that was spent. Probably, right? Really good. Um, so yeah. Now another example is Gary Vee tells another really interesting story. An example, no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't win because someone established a relationship earlier, kind of like Warren Buffett's story earlier, right? I've had people. This is what he says. This is a story. I've had people tell me that though they like what I do and they live in my town, they buy from the other guy's liquor store because he's been very good to them. I say, hey, I'm cheaper. I have way better selection. I'll be even better to you, right? Heck, I'll be better. But I can't win. Gary Vee can't win because a relationship has already been formed, right? I can compete on price. I can compete on convenience. And if they give me a chance, I could compete on caring too, but they're not going to give me a chance unless the other guy slips up, right? And even then, they'll probably give him a second chance because forgiveness is the hallmark of a good relationship. And I think about this, I look at women, right? I was with this girl for a while, and we had our ups and downs, and I've had other girls be interested in me when I was with her, but I would never give them a chance because I was kind of loyal to her. I was like, well, sorry, you know, even if she slipped up now and then. So it's pretty interesting. for the most part, everyone has more than one place to find out what it is you're selling. And if I kept pounding, I may be able to win a percentage of my competitor's business, but the little guy in town will keep his consumers' market share with real caring and real service. And that's kind of the foundation of his books is jab, 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 left hook, which is give, 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 then ask, the thank you economy and stuff like that. And there's a lot of truth, I believe, to that caring example, that personal branding stuff too. Uh, he calls it like personal equity. But the key here, though, which I think is very important, is from my own experience. I had another very successful YouTube channel, which was, over 2 million views, which I consider successful. It's a lot. That's a lot of attention that I had, and I had a lot of. That's pretty big. I thought it was pretty big. But where I failed at was in the back end and converting that attention to actual sales, which is a skill in itself. It's a very valuable skill. There's a lot to learn, which I struggle with. Because here's the truth, okay? The relationship starts after the first sale. Getting that first sale is really the hardest. And there's a lot of work to do after the sale. So having a personal brand when everybody's attention is all over the place is one thing, but you have to be able to convert that attention to a sale. People don't, you may disagree on this you want. You can write in the comments, but people just don't, oh, this guy's really cool, and they reach into their wallet and give you money. It's very rare, okay? It doesn't really happen that way. So if I was going to have to do it all over again, and I wish I would have clicked that link and learned that skill first before, all the years and effort I put into digital marketing with all the social media platforms out there, blogs and stuff like that. So I highly encourage you to check that out. It's a very valuable skill to learn nowadays, is how to convert that attention into a sale. And what you do with that one sale afterwards. Hugely important. Not a lot of people talk about, not a lot of people know what they're doing, because if they know what they're doing on that part, they're super rich and super successful. Okay. And if they do that, if they need that, they don't need to really share it with other people. Think about it. Okay. So just trust me, click that link below. I'm sure you'll thank me. It's very valuable. And yeah, I wish you the best. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.